Supervisor Syed?
Here.
I'm here. Deputy Chief Stevens is here. Deputy Supervisor Faminsky, I don't know if he's on yet. No, he's trying to get on. Was that you, Deputy Supervisor Faminsky? Town Clerk Michelle Martinelli?
Here.
Town Attorney Briggs? Town Attorney Briggs? Judge Scagnelli? Judge Scagnelli? Judge Swinton?
I'm here, Fran.
Executive Secretary Backus?
Here.
Okay. Deputy Town Attorney Kim?
Here. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. PBA President Mara? Fire District 1 Chief Lingenfelter?
I'm here, thank you.
Okay. Comptroller Alam?
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning. And Janet Nguyen? Janet Nguyen?
No, I'm attending it.
Okay. Do we have any other attendees?
Josh Hawley from Engineering's here as well.
Okay, Josh.
Matt Yeto from Engineering.
Okay, Matt.
Paula Keith.
Who was that? Oh, Paula Keefe. Okay. And
Jim
I see
Well
James
from
Bush.
Onondaga Road. Okay, do we have a motion to accept October's minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay. Okay, so start with operations. I, along with the comptroller, helped me find funds from this year's budget to pay for Lexipol, which is a computerized service that will help with developing our department policies, which is providing daily training bulletins for members of the force, enabling policy updates relating to law changes, and assisting the department with the accreditation process. Our police department use of force policy has now been posted on the town website. And currently we have sufficient supply of PPE, including face masks, latex gloves, hand sanitizers, wipes, and disinfectant. Our patrol fleet and equipment. I spoke with Highway Superintendent Ray Smith. We have 2 highway radar signs that are currently ready to be deployed. He said this week, 1 radar sign is going to be put out on Wyoming Avenue, and 1 is going to be deployed on Pierce Road. 2 new cars are presently at Niskayuna Tire for upfitting. 1 car should be completed next week, and the 2nd car during the 3rd week of November. Our old 605 has been reassigned to the Traffic Enforcement Unit, 606, and 606 will be eventually auctioned. The Town Hall building lock system, Charlie advised me that they're waiting on some of the equipment that's been ordered, and that should be, they're working on setting up arrangements to get that put in place.
So they haven't started that yet?
They have not started that yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we completed the scheduled Taser training, which was conducted on October 20th. The whole department, aside from Deputy Chief Stevens, went through the training. He completed the training on tasers. Hold on one second. in the past. And the Taser equipment is now in service. I attended Leadership Summit on October 28th and 29th, which was hosted by New York State Association Chiefs of Police and New York Sheriff's Association. The combined agency active shooter training is scheduled for November 7th and 8th. We are going to have 4 instructors participating, and we're going to have 5 members attending the training. And we're going to be signing up for Police One Academy, which is 24/7 online access training program. They have more than 1,400 available courses and videos.
So let's talk about that, the Police One Academy, Chief.
Okay.
So this training, this is for all our officers to be able to do this at more convenient times for them, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
It'll enable the sergeants to hold lineup training, and the officers will be able to go online at any time and cover training.
Okay, and you're starting that right away?
It'll be started, yeah. The comptroller and I did some budget modifications to put the money for it in our training budget.
Okay. And Lexapro, is that starting at the beginning of the year, or are you starting that before the year?
We'll be able to start that before the end of the year.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Lexington Parkway. Okay, moving on to citizen issues. We received email regarding too many signs on Lexington Parkway. A mother was teaching some young drivers to drive, and they felt like there was too many street signs approaching eastbound Lexington Parkway by Dean Street. There's a curve there, so it can be distracting. And even without so many signs, the curve, the stop sign is a little issue to see. So I spoke with the deputy chief and highway superintendent Smith. We think it may be a good idea to put an extra stop sign there on eastbound Lexington Parkway on the corner there. So I think that is a good idea to put a stop sign there.
Now, I remember that email that came, but they were talking about being too many signs. Is it something that we need to, I mean, the deputy chief and the highway superintendent went out there. Did they look at either moving the signs, realigning them, or their recommendation is adding another sign?
I think truthfully adding another stop sign there would make it easier. I think
Okay.
that would take care of the problem.
Okay.
Okay, because truthfully, coming around that curve, you don't see the stop sign to the last minute.
Okay. So we have some residents here, Mr. Welsh and Paula Keefe.
Okay.
Might
So
want.
that's Onondaga. Okay, would you like to say something, Paula, James?
Well, yeah, I'll start. I understood that one of our neighbors who's unable to attend, Karen Berry, had submitted a video to Supervisor Syed to be shown for her testimony, offering whatever on this topic of the parking that obstructs the view onto Troy Road. Is that possible?
Did someone submitted a video, James?
Yes, Karen Berry from Onondaga Road
I have not seen that.
submitted a video to Supervisor Syed with, I believe, her understanding was that it would then be shown.
Hi, James. I could speak to that. This is Supervisor Syed. I don't know how to do that. There would be a process of having to share a screen. I did share that video, however, with Chief Wall. So she has it. And Chief Wall is, very aware of what the issues are that, Karen was describing. And so if you would like to just take a few moments and just reiterate, what you've also said to me, just for the public record and for all of our benefit.
Sure. I think any of us who live, and along this street and who access Route 7 from Onondaga Road experience this problem, with some frequency, that cars are parked either in the street or at the gas station in those areas that are sort of marked off as if they were no parking areas. And this obstructs your view of Troy Road. If you stop at the stop line short of the crosswalk when those cars are parked there in the gas station's property line, or cars are parked along Onondaga Road, you can't see oncoming traffic. Several of us, I'm sure, have videos demonstrating that, but it's pretty apparent for anyone who drives down Onondaga Road and looks to the left when they approach Troy Road. I don't know whether there's anything that can be done about parking the cars within the perimeter of the property line of the business in a way that obstructs our view. But I'm hoping, I guess, and some of my neighbors are hoping, that there's at least some remedy that can be provided for parking cars on Onondaga Road within a certain distance of Route 7 and addressing that part of the problem.
This is Paula. I'd just like to add that if you're coming down Route 7 and turning into Onondaga Road, if there's a car parked on the no parking area of the service station, you come around there and then you hit cars coming out of the service station as well as cars parked on the side of the street. And it's becoming increasingly more congested, I'd say, and just waiting for a serious accident. I know one person on the street has hit a person on a bicycle just because of that exact circumstance.
Yeah, just reiterating Paula's point, I mean, the problem is exacerbated by the fact that there's an exit from the gas station on Onondaga Road very close to Route 7. And when cars pull out of that exit, they sometimes obstruct the passage of cars turning onto Onondaga Road from Route 7.
So let me tell you what the process is. So we really appreciate you coming to our meeting this morning. So our process is we're going to speak to the highway superintendent and the town planner about this property. If we come to the conclusion that no parking signs need to be put on that street to keep people from parking on that, we'll need to have a public hearing in order to do that. So we have to follow all the proper, procedures for that. So what we will do is, as I said, we'll get together with the highway superintendent, the town planner about the actual property itself, not the road, but the property, and discuss these things, and then we'll try to work it through the proper town process. If that's the conclusion that comes about forward to put no parking signs there, we just can't change it. Out of this committee,
Sure.
There's a process that we go through to make sure that it's all done properly and legally.
Sure, and I think you've just clarified a point that I wasn't certain about, and that is that any issues related to the parking of cars on the current business property itself is a town planning issue.
Correct. That would be a town planning issue if there is any restrictions on that particular property. I don't know if there are.
Right.
That would be something that would have to be investigated also. We had a similar situation up on Balltown Road. on by that hospital there. He has since moved, but had some no parking signs put on that particular road. So there is a process and procedure that we go through for this.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So I appreciate you coming.
Thanks for coming to the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, we received another complaint. Speeding vehicles, passing stop signs, parking issues on Clifton Park Road between Knott Street and Lexington Parkway. We are starting a traffic study in that area. So I'll report more on that at the next meeting. So I'll get the next meeting. I'll speak to that. We also got a Menlo Parkway complaint of speed on Menlo Parkway. I did put the traffic enforcement unit out there, and we also ran a traffic study on there. We've had no accidents on Menlo Parkway in the past 5 years. We also put the speed counter out there. And over a course of 3 days, 515 vehicles traveled on that road. The average speed's 25 miles per hour. 50th percentile was 26 miles per hour, and the 85th percentile is 32 miles per hour. The department does not see an issue on the road at this present time. Road. And we've also got a speed complaint on Oakmont. We're going to do a traffic study on there as well and speak to that next month. Community events. There was a rally October 17th at the Town Hall gazebo. The group Story Activists had speakers present discussing women's rights. Department and NCAP function, it was October 24th, drug take back. This action collected 27 boxes of various drugs totaling 635 pounds. Statistics for 2019 in April of 19 was 7 boxes, 129 pounds, and in October of 19, 9 boxes for 205 pounds. For 2018, in April, they collected 12 boxes, and in October, 7 boxes. In 2018, they did not weigh the drugs. There was also a rally.
So as we know, that was a very big event, and a lot of stuff came in. A lot of stuff. I want to thank NCAP, and I will thank them at the meeting, and our officers that helped out there, Joe and Officer Daly, and there was one other officer there, Fran. Who was that? It's escaping me right now.
I'm trying to think who else. It was Paul Daly.
Paul Daly.
Was. Ian Munger. And
Munger.
Ian Munger was out there.
Ian Munger
Correct.
also helped, but a lot of stuff. Filled an entire back of a truck. So
Yeah.
thank you for everybody that helped participate in that. And you, Chief, also. Thank you.
Okay. And there was a rally October 25th at the gazebo at 2 p.m. And the purpose of the rally was to educate the public on the current issues involving Armenia and to encourage advocacy. Then the Halloween parade went on October 25th at 3 p.m. and it was successful, gathering with no incidents. Town clerk. Oh, can't hear you.
There we go. No, I really don't have anything to add today. Thank you.
Judge, court.
Yeah, we're getting back to normal. We've resumed our regular Wednesday court nights, and we've also added Thursdays for civil matters. We've begun scheduling our traffic trials, and our summary proceedings are starting next week. Should be the first wave of filings in those. We are not authorized yet for jury trials. That's going to happen on a county-by-county basis within the 4th Judicial District. And we put in for a total of about $2,000 through JCAP for grant for some PPE reimbursement, which we got, and also for some office equipment. The only thing I'm missing, Michelle, did you see the email I need for the certified copy of the resolution?
I did. I sent that to you.
Yeah, no, I sent a follow-up. They want something like with a seal or a cover letter or something saying it's certified. Apparently,
Oh, all right.
Previously.
All right. I'll bring that over to the.
Okay. Thanks. And I'll just resubmit that. Otherwise, the application is final, and I'm expecting it to get approved.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey, Judge. Hey, Judge, this is Alexis Kim. I just have one question.
Yeah.
Is Niskuna one of the courts that's going to be subject to mandatory e-filing, or is that just as at the Supreme Court level?
No, the OCA is only implementing that at the state paid court levels. So it might happen in city court because that's the lowest state paid level. But it is happening, I think, in all of the Supremes and counties. But they don't control how we do it at the local level, and we don't have the facilities to actually enable e-filing anyway. So it's,
Got it. Thank you.
That's not a town thing.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Anything from the school district?
Don't want to skip over the
Oh,
fire.
I'm sorry, fire department. Dale, sorry.
How you doing,
I didn't mean to
Dale?
skip over you there.
How we doing, guys? Not too much to report. We too are participating with the active shooter. Perfect timing. We've got about the same number of folks going. Other than that, business as usual.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you well.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay. The only other thing we have is the Niskuna Police Department is participating in No Shave November campaign. This year's campaign will support the following programs: Prevent Cancer Foundation, Fight Colorectal Cancer Program, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Each of the listed foundations are making great strides in fighting, researching, and preventing cancer. So if you see our guys looking a little scruffy for the month of November, it's for a good cause. Anyone have anything else?
Okay, I've got a question for Alexis or the supervisor. There's a resolution authorizing the supervisor for an MOA with the PBA regarding paternity and maternity leave that we haven't discussed.
Yeah, so that I can address that. So that is just kind of more of a housekeeping item. It's just addressing the ability for police officers who are members of the PBA to utilize paid sick leave concurrent with unpaid FMLA. I can, circulate a draft. We had a meeting with the chief, Comptroller Alam, Janet Wynn, and Yasmin and I 2 weeks ago, and it just is addressing. We don't really have a past practice because we haven't had that many female police officers who've been pregnant, but just more about the paternity leave has become more prevalent. And so it's been an issue that's not an issue, just something that we needed to memorialize in writing. But I can share that with you.
Okay, well, we have had other police officers that have been out on pregnancy leave and others that with other leave. And is this going to cost, the town more money, I guess, is my other question.
So the way we look at it is that unpaid FMLA, it's not, it has a cost in that, an indirect cost, kind of like New York paid family leave benefits, where you anticipate more people utilizing their right and exercising the right to take unpaid FMLA if they're able to supplement it with accrued paid time off. But there's no direct cost, meaning we're not affirmatively giving, a monetary allowance. We're just substitute saying that, in recognition of the fact that you're out for 12 weeks of unpaid leave, that because the officers are unique, that they have unlimited sick time. We're saying that they can utilize, 4, 6, 8 weeks, depending on the circumstance, to run concurrent with unpaid FMLA. But yeah, Comptroller Long might be able to touch on that more, or Chief Waller, Yasmin.
Janet or Isma, do you guys
Yeah,
want
Bill, I feel like there is a little bit of a cost when you're offering
Oh, okay.
4 weeks of unpaid sick leave. I mean, any unpaid sick leave is a cost to the town, or any unlimited sick leave that we pay is a cost to the town. But in order to treat male officers as fairly as female officers who get specific time off due to the birth of a child and under FMLA, this was sort of a compromise to make sure that they weren't being discriminated against to bond with their child as allowed under the FMLA.
But they will, to Bill's point, yes, there is going to be a cost to
Yes.
the town to backfill it, yes.
we don't know that cost. We wouldn't be able to know that because we don't know how many people are going to participate in that or that sort of thing, correct? But
That's right, exactly, yes. This is a new thing.
okay. Thank you.
Do we need to enter into executive session?
Not that I'm aware. Does our legal department need us to do that? Alexis?
You want to perhaps provide, I think, to discuss the disciplinary matter that we were, Deputy Chief, you and I were discussing yesterday that relates to 50A.
Okay. Okay, then, yeah, we should go into executive session. Motion?
Motion for executive session.
Second?
I will second. And this motion is pursuant to Public Officers Law, Section 105, subsection F. So I will
Mike,
second
do you want
the motion. You're
Come in,
welcome.
we're gonna go into
Yeah.
this. Oh, can you close my door?
And do you want to schedule the December meeting to the extent?
Their December meeting is, yes, we are going to schedule that. Well, it's already scheduled. Let's look at the calendar here. I can tell you when it's supposed to be. It is on December 1st at 8 a.m.
We'll see everybody later. Have a good day.
Thanks. Take care, Dale. How's your knee?
Nope, doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Follow up on Monday.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Hey, Councilman McFarland, did you ever hear back from the resident regarding the fire?
We'll have to wait till people log off. No, I other than, I had reached out to him and gave him that information. I think they seemed somewhat happy with, what we got resolved there.
Okay.